Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at beautiful Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida, and we got kind of a flat day today, so it's going to be interesting to see how our captains fare as they step in the ring and try to battle with the inlet, but let's get this one started. And this is going to bring us to the first round of our competition, and here in the first round, the boats are going to go ahead and toss a Robalo in the ring to see how it can fare against Haulover Inlet, but let's go. Round one, the boats come out swinging. This vessel's barely up on plane, which is a pretty good pace for the kind of day we got. They do still got the fender out there, which is always an interesting one, especially with somebody sitting right next to the fender. I got a feeling the way they're plopping around, our guy's about to see why you don't come out with the fender out right there. Smack to the head from the fender. This crew's actually having a pretty rough ride, and they wind up slowing down a little bit as Haulover's just smacking them so good, and our guy is sitting there with his hands in the air. But Cap, it looks like, is he turning north or is he turning around? It looks like they're going to pull the patent Haulover U-turn and come back into the sandbar. Man, they looked okay. It was a rough ride, but no stuffings, but unfortunately turning around is going to give them the loss in the first round. And that's going to bring us into the second round of our contest with Haulover up 1-0, and here in the second round, the boats are going to toss an Axopar into the ring to try and get him on the board, and here we go. And our crew looks pretty solid. He's got the boat up on plane, and that's how this Axopar wants to run. It really wants to just blow right through these waves, use that sharp bow entry to go ahead and push their way through, and our crew's doing exactly that, and they look pretty solid, and they're going to wind up making it out, it looks like, and go ahead and take a win for the boats here in the second round, and that's going to get the boats on the board. As we move into the third round of our contest, we are now tied at 1 apiece. Now here in the third round, the boats are going to play go big or go home as they're going to toss a Sunseeker yacht in the ring to try and get an edge over Haulover. And here we go, round 3 is underway, and this crew's starting to work their way out. It's not a very rough day here at Haulover, even though they're rolling out fenders out for some reason. I don't see any way Haulover can wind up taking a win in this round. It's not throwing anything big enough to affect this crew. As you can see, our guys just in the back, straight chilling. What in the world? The life raft just fell off. Unbelievable. This is a self-deploying life raft, so that cord's actually going to wind up inflating this thing as it gets dragged. And man, that is a costly error. Now, I'm not even going to pretend to be a yacht guy here. I've never owned a yacht. I've never had to service a yacht, but I do know a little bit about life rafts, and man, that is a costly error, as I have to imagine to get this thing recertified and repacked is going to be at least $1,500. But my real question for you yachties out there, how in the world does that even happen? I mean, was that somebody's error? Did they forget to tighten that down? Or did maybe the straps just break loose? I'm not even sure how that one can go down, especially on a calm day like today. Now here you can see the crew struggling to get this one back onto the boat as it's taking on water as they drug it through the water. So now the weight of this thing is astronomical. Eventually they do get it back up onto the deck, but now they got to figure out how to keep it there. And finally one of the crew comes up with the idea, grabs a line, slides it through the raft, and winds up tying it to the cleat. Now this crew's going to wind up getting away on this one, but unfortunately for this crew, they're also going to wind up getting away with a loss as Haulover wound up catching the win here. And that's going to bring us to the fourth round of our contest. We are now at a 2-1 edge for Haulover, and here in the fourth round, the boats are going to bring a Midnight Express into the ring to go ahead and see if it can get them back on the board. And our crew is straight rolling. Cap's got the throttle opened up on this one and making his way toward the mouth of the inlet. And this crew looks like they're going to have a pretty easy time as they work their way in, catch 1 or 2 little shots right there, but nothing big, and wind up taking a win for the boats. And that will bring us to the 5th and final round now, and we're going to be tied at 2 apiece, but who will take the win in this episode? Will it be the boats or Haulover? Let's go, as the boats are going to toss a Leopard yacht into the ring. Again, going big, and man, this might not even be close. This yacht is absolutely straight cruising. Cap has that throttle pinned. It's not often we see a yacht coming through Haulover up on plane. One thing I'm for sure on, hopefully no other boats are going out at this time as well, because man, that wake would be one heck of a situation for another boat to deal with. But this crew, as they approach the mouth, things have laid down here in the afternoon. They're moving, and I don't believe Haulover's got anything it can throw at them that's going to stop them at this point. And it looks like this crew's easily going to take a win for the boats here in the 5th round, and that's going to give the boats the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens to the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.